Hi Wargamers, this is Spirit Warrior 40k here, and this week we're gonna, oh gosh, you're gonna have to excuse my hair, I've been out in the snow. Something slightly different this week because our weekly update, which is a week late, apologies again guys, just work is killing me. Yeah, I've done no painting, I've done no gaming, so the weekly update this week is a bit shoddy. But what we're going to do is we're going to do an army development video on my list for my Eldar. Mainly because I just want some help on the input because I'm fed up of tweaking it and changing it. You know, I'm trying not to spend money on units I won't use, and I've got 2 units which I've taken out my list already. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do. So if you like the video, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and yeah, please comment below guys, because would really enjoy the input on the list. So stay tuned, let's get it on. Okay Wargamers, so we're going to try this in a different format. If it doesn't work, you don't like it, tell me, I'll maybe hold the camera so that you can see the book a bit better, because I'm aware that when we get to these bits, you're not going to be able to see stuff, so it's just going to be my word against whatever you think. So, yeah, as we're going through, I'll write down the list, and then obviously we'll probably we'll just have a quick go over it at the end as well, and see how we get on. And like I said, please comment below guys, because at the end of the day, I'm not in this for competitions and stuff. It is literally just pure enjoyment, but it'd be nice to be as competitive as I can when I'm playing at the at Games Workshop. I know I'm not really playing 2,000 point battles at Games Workshop, but yeah. So okay, so the plan is I am going to run a battalion detachment, a outrider detachment, and a vanguard detachment, because at the end of the day I need as many command points as possible. We will go through some of the stratagems and stuff that I plan to use in the book, but yeah, I mean, I plan to try and take 2 relics, which means I needed to play a command point for that. I think it's 1 command point, it might be more. I plan to do is it either Cloud Strike or Warp Strike, so there's another 2 command points going. So that, you know, before we even started, I've got 3 command points missing, so which I think leaves me with 5 at the end. So yeah, but like I said, we'll run through it, we'll see what we think, and yeah, so we're going to start off with a battalion. Like I said guys, I am just sort of writing this out as we go along. I'm not as refined as Striking Scorpion, but we'll do our best. So okay, so let's flick in here. We will be going where are they? Before we even start looking at units, the craft world, as I'm sure most of you will know, I am Yandan. I very much believe that if you paint it, that's what you should play. I don't hold that in terms of, you know, that's the be all and end all, but in my opinion, if you're going to paint something in a certain colour, then surely you should play that kind of craft world. So yeah, we'll go through obviously the bonuses that we get, and all that kind of stuff, and Warlord traits towards the end. So yeah, okay, so let's move on. Scorpions, love this colour scheme. Keep going, keep going, keep going, nearly there. Okay, so obviously, so you don't need to worry about keywords, all that. And you've got this path command. I know my my warlord does have this, or a possible warlord, so you can give me an idea on that. So you can reroll hits of 1 for friendly craftforge units within 6 inches of this model. In addition, your army is battleforged, which it will be. This model is your warlord. On the battlefield, roll a d6 for each command point when using stratagems. On a 6, that command point is immediately funded. Note that Prince Uriel, the first effect of this ability, applies specifically to Yandan units, so that's cool. Okay, so where are we? Right, so we're going to go. We'll go in order. So battalion. So okay, so the first person we're going to put in is Prince Uriel. over here. Let's spell his name right. Uriel. And if I'm honest, guys, I like the character, I like the fluff, I like the model. Here's one I painted up. So zoom in a little bit closer for that. I think I've shown you this before. Oh, that's not part of the model. Yeah, so that's the Uriel I've painted up. Really pleased with him. So, but yeah, quite a good model. Love the sculpt. I love the fact that he's on a Tyrannid, you know, sort of tendril or whatever that is. Yeah, and to be fair, he's quite a good character. I mean, we've done him in the tactical videos, but you know, movement 7, that's quite handy. 2 up weapon skill, 2 up ballistic skill, automatically hitting wounding on 2s anyway for his Spear of Twilight. 6 wounds, 4 attacks. You know, that's cool. There's a 4 up in run save, and he must re-roll saving throws of 6. Something I always forget in battles. But yeah, so he will be the Warlord. So the reason being we've put Uriel in. So we'll come to the units, but him and the second HQ are going to be kind of like behind gun lines. So we're going to have them sort of just in between, using those reroll 1s as part of the gun line. And then the second HQ is also going to give in-run saves and help with Overwatch as well. So yeah, so that's quite cool. It comes in at 100 points, which is 5 power levels. So it's quite a cheap HQ, to be fair. Again, he's only got the grenades really as a ranged weapon, but he's not really there for that. He's there just to grant that reroll of 1. Yeah, so if he's the Warlord, let's go to Warlord traits if I can find them. Not far enough, I don't think. No, keep going. So, craftworld attributes. Oh, we'll go for the craftworld attributes anyway. Where are we? Eandon. So, before we go any further, so Eandon has Stoic Endurance, which means a unit with this attribute can never lose more than 1 model as a result of any single failed morale test, which is great because obviously I do have a set of 10 specific models. So if one of them, if we lose morale, we're only going to lose 1. In addition, if a unit goes with a damage chart, this attribute doubles the number of wounds it actually has remaining whenever. So we'll go through that when we hit those as well. Inclusion of fixed laws. Okay, so we have a note there that just says about Heroes of Legend. So we're going to come on to the Phoenix Lords, so we will be having a Phoenix Lord, but it says that however, Phoenix Lords can never themselves benefit from a craftworld attribute. But to be fair, he's not going to benefit from that. Right, where's Warlord traits? Remnants of Glory, Warlord traits. So this was a bit of a pain, to be fair. So the mightiest Azurani heroes are examples of the craftworld methods of waging war. It is a name. If a named character is your warlord, they must be given associated warlord traits of the craftworld. For example, Prince Uriel would receive the Eandon Enduring Resolve warlord trait. However, if a Phoenix Lord is your warlord, they can never have a warlord trait. So the Phoenix Lord can't be one. So we've got to go with Uriel. We could go with another person, but you know, Uriel's got to be your warlord, hasn't he? Really? So which isn't the best, but you know, your warlord can attempt to deny 1 psychic power in each enemy psychic phase. If your warlord is a psyker, it can attempt to deny 1 psychic power more than usual. So yeah, but that's what he's got. So that's our first HQ. So our second HQ is our man here. Let me, I've got him up. I think I've shown you all anyway, but here he is. This is the model that I'm hoping maybe to take to Warhammer Fest and put in the Golden Demon. I don't know, guys. I'm feeling a bit nervous about even entering, so I probably won't, if I'm honest. But after looking at some of the models that will be in it, is there any point? But anyway, so yeah, so Azurman, as we've had again in Tactica, is a complete boss. Movement 7. He's not going to be moving many places, but weapon skill 2, ballistic sword 2. 6 wounds, 5 attacks, 9 plus 2 save. Oh, what was the save on Uriel actually? His save was 3+. Gets the extra bit of toughness in a 4. So carries the Avenger Shuriken Catapult, which is Assault 2, 18 range. Has the usual Shuriken special ability, which if you roll a 6, then you get a -3 AP rather than the usual 0. And in melee, he's got the Sword of Azure, which has the +1 strength, so you're hitting at strength 5, -3 AP and D3 damage. Each time you make a wound of a 6, the target suffers additional D3 mortal wounds. That's great. Right, so the reason I'm taking this guy, right, is mainly because of my troops choices. So, first of all, him himself, he's got the Shield of Grace, so he has a 4-up invulnerable save against ranged weapons and a 3-up against melee. So that's great. Defense tactics. When Azurman fires a Overwatch, he successfully hits on a roll of 5 or 6 instead of only 6, so that's good as well. And here we are at the Hand of Azure. Friendly Aspect Warriors units within 6 inches have a 5+ invuln save. Friendly Dire Avenger units have a 4+ invuln save. And this is actually going to save me points. So, yeah, so let's write down on the list Azurman. And he comes in at 175 points, which is expensive. Or 9 power points, which is expensive. But like I said, you're getting the 2-up save, the 4-up/3-up invuln save. You've got 6 wounds to get through, 5 attacks if you get closer enough. The 2+ weapon skill and ballistic skill. You know, the Avenger Shuriken Catapult, not the best, but yeah. And then the sword, you know, you're going to do some damage. But again, he's not going to be wandering around the battlefield, if I'm honest. He's going to be sitting with the Uriel, granting this. The invuln save for the Dire Avengers and any other aspect warriors that are nearby. And obviously, yeah. Okay, so that's him. So the troops choice. Looked at the guy in Defenders. I just don't like them. I don't like the models. I know they're very fluffy for Eandon, but I just, yeah, I don't know. So what I went for was the Dire Avengers. So what I've put in terms of, let me just write here, troops. So we're going for 3 units of 5, and that includes an Exarch. Okay, so let's run through them quickly. So that's 7-inch movements, weapon skill and ballistic skill 3+, strength 3, toughness 3. So that's the weakness. 1 wound, 2 wounds for the Exarch, 1 attack normal, 2 for the Exarch, leadership 8, 4+ save. They come with Avenger Shuriken Catapult. So you've got the 18-inch range, assault 2, strength 4, 1 damage, and obviously you've got that special rule for the AP if we get 6s. The Exarch, I am going to load up with 2 Avenger Shuriken Catapults. So you're going to have 6 Avenger Shuriken Catapults, so firing off 12 shots. Touch wood, you're going to hit a couple of 6s in there, so hopefully do a bit of damage. In terms of their special abilities, you've got this defense tactics, which is similar to Uriel, Azurman. So when a model in this unit fires Overwatch, they successfully hit on a 5 or 6. So if we do get charged, because obviously they're going to be in this gun line, you've got Uriel and Azurman within them. So you're firing off all these shots. You're rerolling 1s through Path of Command from Uriel. You're getting the 5 and 6 on Overwatch. You've also got that minus if you hit on if you wound on 6s as well. So yeah, so here's why I went with the 2 Avenger Shuriken Catapults. So the Dire Avenger Exarch has a 4-up invuln save on his own. If he has a Shimmer Shield, a unit which includes a model with a Shimmer Shield has a 5-up invuln save. So if he has a Shimmer Shield, he's got to take the Power Glaive. So that means I'm dropping the gun for this 5-up invuln save for everyone. So that actually costs more points. So what I've decided was, because we've got Azurman, who offers, where's he gone? The Dire Avengers a 4-up invuln save anyway, which is better than the 5-up invuln save. Why not not bother with that and take the 2 Shuriken Catapults, which means that it's 2 extra shots, or 4 extra shots because they're assault 2. Yeah. So that's the thinking around that, guys. So you've got the nice gun line, plonk these two in behind them, so you're re-rolling ones. You've got the 4-up invuln save, you've got the Overwatch. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So for all of them, they come to 194 points for the 3 units of 5, which also equals 9 power points. Yeah, so hang on, let me just write this. So it's 5 for Uriel, 9 for him, and then 9 for all of those. So far we've got, if I can, as you can see, so Prince Uriel, 100 points in the 5, Ajuman, 175 in the 9, 3 times 5, including the Exarch, 194. They all have Avenger Shrieking Catapults, plus 2 times Avenger Shrieking Catapults for the Exarch. Okay, so yeah, so all of Avenger Shrieking Catapults plus the 2 Avenger Shrieking Catapults for the Exarch. Yeah, so, and that comes to 194 points, guys. Which, you know, to be fair, is a bit of a bargain. I think it works out at like 80, no, it can't be 80 something, like 60 something points per unit. Let me try and break that down. I can't. Yeah, it comes to it's cheap. I think maybe, yeah, I don't know. But it's cheap and cheerful, guys. I have 1 box of these so far. I'm going to paint them up. They're my next project, my next painting thing actually. But yeah, I just think that, I mean, that already gives me 3 extra command points. You know, so that there is paid for the extra remnant of glory, or no, yeah, extra remnant, whatever, relic, extra relic, and the 2 units coming down from warp strike or whatever it is. So yeah, oh gosh, what am I doing? There we are. So yeah, so that pays for itself, and like I said, it's just going to sit maybe on an objective in our area, just fire off them shots. If need be, towards the end of the game, if there's any left, you know, the Dire Avengers can walk off in one route, and maybe get another objective. Leave a couple of them with Uriel, send the other one off with, Ajuman, and yeah. So we've also got in here. All right, so I decided to put a few heavies in, because you need them. Because obviously, again, these are just sort of, and the heavies, to be fair, will also sit pretty much on this objective, if I'm honest, because those Dire Avengers don't have the greatest of close combat, and obviously you've only got Uriel and Ajuman there, so we need a bit of bulking up. So I've already got one anyway, so, and I like the model, I like the sculpt, I like what I've added onto him. You have to excuse his missing his arms because they're in the box, but yeah, nice Blood Angel just down here. Yeah, so yeah, but what we did, so how I've kitted him out, let me just put in here heavy, Wraith Lord. So because if I'm honest, I was daft and followed the mock-up of him on someone else's Wraith Lord from a video, because I was following that list when I very first started, and obviously now 8's come out and it's a lot more versatile you can do. But yeah, so at the highest level, so he comes with 10 wounds, so between 6 and 10 wounds, he's got movement 8, which is quite good, weapon skill and ballistic skill 3, strength 7, which is great, toughness 8, again great, like I said, 10 wounds, 4 attacks, leadership 9, 3 up save. So I've given him a flamer, which is range 8 inch, so D6 assault, they auto hit, and then obviously they're strength 4, no AP on the attacking wounds. Yeah, strength 4 when we're trying to wound. So again, we stick this within this gun line. Uriel's going to re-rolling hits of 1. He's got that. You've got that flamer on Overwatch as well. It's quite deadly as well, especially if you, I mean, obviously if you roll a 1, it's not great, but, you know, you've got 1 in 6 chance to roll a 6. I've also given him on the other one a Shuriken Catapult. Yeah, because if you think that it would be best to take 2 Flamers, please let me know, because the his other arm has actually broke. I dropped the poor guy. So I don't know if you can see, the hands come off and this is broke. I actually don't have another arm, guys. So if anyone has a Wraith Lord and has the, let me see, the left arm in any sort of way, that would be really helpful, guys. But yeah. But like I said, I originally did him with an event, a Shuriken Catapult, but yeah, he doesn't. It's not the greatest weapon, so maybe it would be worth sticking another Flamer on there. But let me know, guys, what you think. Yeah, so he's got the Flamer and the Shuriken Catapult, which again has that -3 if you roll 6s. Yeah, I think maybe I might just stick with the Flamer. What's the points difference? Let's just quickly check this points difference, guys. Melee weapons, no. Shuriken Flamer is... Well, these aren't the points. These aren't points either. Where's the points? Here we are, points. Range weapons. So a Flamer is 9, and a Shuriken Catapult is 0. I'll have to find some points. If you think the Flame would be better, guys, let me know, because I can tweak some things around, especially on the Wave Serpent, but we'll get to that. Anyway, so I've also kitted him out with a Ghost Glaive. So let me put it on there. You know what? I'm just going to make him, so then you can all see him in his glory and his broken hand. There we go. So yeah, so this is magnetised. So is this, but yeah, yeah. So we went with the Ghost Glaive, which gives you +2 strength. So you're hitting on strength 9, -4 AP, D6 damage. You know, you get, if a tank gets near, or some Terminators maybe, we're going to be shredding some armor. And he also has the Bright Lance there. So let's quickly skip to the Bright Lance. Melee, the Bright Lance. So the Bright Lance is a heavy 1. Again, I don't intend him to be moving very far. I'd like to keep him close to the to that gun line. And it's a strength 8, -4 AP, D6 damage. So, and it's 36 inches, so you can you know, take something out across the board with it, you know. And the good thing about, again, the Wraith Lord is he does have this damage bracket thing. So when he takes damage, you technically double the damage that he's at, or the wounds he's taken or got left, and apply it to this. So if he takes, say, 8 wounds, which takes him down to 2, we'll double that, which 2 means he should be on this bottom bracket, which drops him down to 6 inches and 5+ ballistic skill, weapon skill. We double that 2 to 4, and in terms of firing, he goes back up a bracket. Yeah, so even if he drops to 5 wounds, we double that, he's on 10. So you've got to get him down to, drop him down to 4, that becomes 8, so 3 becomes 6. So you've got to get him down to 2 wounds before we even drop down a bracket. Yeah, which is really helpful, to be fair. Yeah. But let me know what you think, guys, in terms of the Flamer, if I'm honest. I do like the Bright Lance, because I don't have a lot of far off firepower. Obviously, I've not gone with Guardians, because I just don't like them. So I haven't got those weapons platforms. So I think the Bright Lance is a necessity. And yeah, I like the sword, just in case anything gets close up. We can move him over the top of the Dire Avengers, or around them. Maybe just leave a little gap in case we need to get through. And he can sort of intercept, though, like if we've got something coming in, he can sort of get in there before they charge the Avengers. Or even just move the Avengers behind him. So yeah, so that's the first heavy. And in terms of, where's my pen gone? I've lost my pen. There it is. So he comes out at 142 points with all those upgrades, which is 8 power points. 142 sounds really a lot, not a lot at all. Let's just double check that. That doesn't seem a lot. The Wraith Lords, 103 points on his own, so that's a steal. That really is a steal. Plus a Bright Lance, which is 20, so that's 123. The Flamer's 9, 123. 123, hang on guys. 123, 131 I think. 131, nothing for the catapult, 131. And the Ghost Glaive is at 10, 131. Well, yeah, 142, yeah. I counted wrong. So that's a steal, guys, to be fair. 2 seconds, let me just have a drink. Oh, excuse me. But if I'm honest, that's a steal. For 10 wounds, and for what he's doing, you know, I think maybe I might, yeah, upgrade that to a Flamer. But let me know. And also, like I said, guys, if anyone's got a left arm, that would be really great. Comment below and let me know. So I also went for a second heavy unit. I don't have this unit. I've literally just put it in last week because I dropped a couple of units for a reason later on. We'll go into that. And I had plenty. I had like 300 points left. So I went with. Are they here? Where are they? Heavy supports. That's fast. Because these seem to be the thing to have at the moment. If I can find them. Yep, there they are. A unit of Dark Reapers. To be fair, I do like the model. I like this, the way they look, you know, in the black. I mean, let's skip back to what they look like. I'm sure you all know. There we go. So, you know, I mean, the black with the white sort of skull mask and this Reaper launcher. Yeah, to me, it just really looks quite smart. And with the way that I'm doing black at the moment, it shouldn't take too long to get that black done. So it'll just be the pink or whatever, this purpley colour. Yeah, so right. And like I said, I have kind of gone a little bit down the route of everyone's loving the Dark Reapers at the moment. And again, like I said, I do only have the Bright Lance at the moment from what we've seen in terms of distance. So yeah, so let's have a look. 6-inch movement, they're not going to be moving. They're going to be part again of this bubble. So they're going to get the, where's Azurman? Is it a 5-up invuln save we said for Azurman? For other aspect warriors. So they're going to get a 5-up invuln save straight off the bat from Azurman. They're going to be re-rolling hits of 1. So the only way they're going to miss on a hit is if they roll a 2. Yeah, so weapon skill and skill is 3 up. Strength 3, toughness 3, which is standard for the Eldar, sadly. 1 wound for the normals, 2 for the Exarch, 1 attack, and for the normal, 2 for the Exarch. They're not going to be in combat, guys. And then leadership 8, save ups 3, so 3 up save. What am I saying? Or the 5 up invuln save from Azurman. We'll go through that in a second. So in terms of special abilities, crack shot, you can re-roll hit rolls of 1 for Dark Reaper Exarch's ranged weapon. So the Exarch already gets that re-roll of 1. And inescapable accuracy, models in this unit always hit on a 3+ when firing a ranged weapon in the shooting phase, regardless of any modifiers. So they always hit on a 3+. Yeah, so that's good. So, right, in terms of what we went for, I have gone for Reaper launchers, guys. Reaper launchers. So, what did I put on here? I think I've gone for a unit of 5. Hanley, shut up. Alright, dog guys. Yeah, I think I've gone for a unit of 5. I might have gone for a unit of 6. I can't remember, guys, 100%. Wait there, I'll find out. Alright guys, we're back. So yeah, I've gone for a unit of 5. So a unit of 4 with an Exarch, so 5 total. In terms of what we've gone for, I didn't bother with the Eldari missile launcher. Didn't like it, if I'm honest. You know, the Sunburst missile, yes, it's it's D6, 1 damage, so you could possibly get 6 wounds, but the chances of it are unlikely. And the Starshot Missile, heavy 1, D6 damage. You know, yeah, the strength is good and all that, but if you roll a 1 on that, you know, you're going to be kicking yourself. So what I went for was the Reaper Launcher. And I've gone with the Reaper Launcher for... Hang on. The weapon can target units that are not visible. Ooh. Hang on, we'll get to that in a minute. So yeah, for the normal guys, I've gone for Reaper Launchers. So 48 inches range, so they're going to hit anything pretty much. Heavy 1 for the Starshot Missile, strength 8, minus 2 AP, 3 damage, which to be fair I think is really good. And the Star Swarm Missile, heavy 2, you lose a bit of strength, you keep the AP minus, it's a 2 damage. If I'm honest, I'd probably just go with the top one, the Starshot Missile, if I'm honest. I think they're good enough. Depending on how desperate I am, we could go with that one. Originally, I'd gone with the Reaper Launcher for the Exarch as well, because as much as this is a really, to me, isn't a great stat line. So the 4 strength, minus 2 AP, and a 1 damage, but you're getting 2 D6 shots. So you roll well, you could get 10 shots. Oh, I don't know. Let me know what you think, guys, because I've gone with the Reaper Launcher because I just think that Starshot Missile is good enough on its own. But maybe the Tempest Launcher, maybe. It's that D6, 2D6. 2D6, you get the 2 minus 2 AP still. It's that strength. Yeah, I guess it depends what you're firing at. You're firing at some normal Space Marines, the 4 strength, so you're hitting on 4s, aren't you? Because they're toughness 4. So yeah, but anything higher than that, you're going to struggle. Whereas with the 8, but again, what you're going to be firing at, you know, I play a lot of Tyranids. I'm going to be firing at Hive Tyrants and Brood Lords, all that kind of stuff. So I think the strength 8s we're going to be what I need. Yeah. Let me know, guys. Again, comment below. Let me know what you think. But in terms of what I've gone for, the 5 Dark Reapers, including the Exarch, all with Reaper Launchers, that comes to 135 points, which again I think is really, really good for what you're getting, and then 7 power points. So yeah, so that's quite cool. So let's total up the battalion detachment. So give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm going to calculate it all up, and then we'll come back and we'll start looking at the next section. Alright, guys, so I've just calculated that up. So that's coming to 746 points and 38 power points. So let's see if we can just get in here. So here we go. So there's your points and your power levels. So you've got Prince Uriel at 100, Azumarill at 175, 3 times 5, including Exarch, all have the Avenger Shooting Catapults, 2 Avenger Shooting Catapults for the Exarch. The Wraith Lord, I should probably put in what he's got, really, shouldn't I? So he's got the Bright Lance, the Flamer, the Shrieking Catapult, and the Ghost Glaive. Okay, and then we've got the 5 Dark Reapers, including Exarch. That's a rubbish Exarch. All we Reaper Launchers, 135 points and 7. So yeah, I think that's. And like I said, guys, what you're gonna do is you're gonna just sort of sit. So we'll do a Striking Scorpion here. So you got the 5 Dark Reapers. Sorry, guys, if the drawing's rubbish. 5 Dark Reapers. You're gonna have something like Azumarill and Uriel, and then you're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Avengers, Dire Avengers. And to be fun, I'm honest, we'll probably, let's say this is actually the Wraith Lord here, and then Uriel there. So all trying, you know, this might be slightly further forward, but all keeping within that 6-inch bubble. So everyone gets, so Uriel here will give you the reroll of 1s for all this, and all this. And then Azumarill will be giving, these are 5 up in run save, all these are 4 up in run save. He'll be giving, you know, all these have got a 5 or 6 for Overwatch. He's got a 5 or 6 for Overwatch. You know, so, and again, he's got the Ghost Glaive, so if need be, we can just sort of move these out a little bit, and then he can sort of come through, meet head on whatever's coming at us, whether it be Hormagaunts or Genesteers, whatever. Take that, and then we can just sort of, if we need to, leave him in combat, or sort of then move him into combat, you know. even move him out for one phase, give him a good volley of fire. So yeah, so that's the plan for those. All right. So the next set is the Outrider detachment. Outrider detachments. So, oh, where's his head gone? You'll have to excuse my HQ because his head's fallen off. But yeah, I think the Gene Stealer's got him last time. Oh no, it's falling on the floor. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Oh, there it is. Okay, so anyway, the HQ. To keep in line with the theme of the Outrider detachment, we have the Farseer Skyrunner. Again, sorry about the head, guys. So I think we've done this in Tactica. I'm sure we have. Yep. So this is the Farseer Skyrunner. He's nicknamed Eandris Ulthanesh. So he comes from the Ulthanesh family of Eandon. Obviously, we kept in line with the Eandon theme went by calling him Eandris. Yeah, quite happy with the thing. Free-handed this bit here. It was my very first bit of freehand. I think it looks quite cool. Yeah. But yeah, so that's him. He is the HQ for the Outrider detachment. So, right, let's write him down. So, Farseer on jet bike. I know it's not what they're called, but yeah. So 16-inch movement, which is really good. If he does want to advance, we use this Ride of the Wind. When a model advances, add 6 to the movement characteristic for the movement phase instead of rolling a dice. And so he's actually, if he wants to advance, he will move 22 inches, so nearly 2 feet. So that's quite a really good. 2 up weapon skill, 2 up ballistic skill, 3 strength, 4 toughness. That toughness you get an extra 1 because of the bike. 6 wounds, which I think is really good. 2 attacks, which is pants. But again, I have a plan with that. And 9 leadership, 4 up save. We'll go through these. So he has a ghost helm. So roll a d6 whenever a model suffers a mortal wound, adding 3 to the roll if the mortal wound was inflicted as a result of the psycho suffering perils of the warp on a 5+, that wound is ignored. Rune armor, so he has a 4 up invuln save. And runes of the Farseer. Once in each psychic phase, you can re-roll any number of dice used for this model's attempt to manifest or deny which. So if you've got like a 6, but you need a 7, say you need 8, and you got roll a 6 and a 1, you don't have to roll both dice. Again, you can just roll that 1. Yeah. So a model can attempt to manifest 2 psychic powers in each friendly psychic phase, and attempt to deny 2 psychic powers in each psychic phase. It knows smite power and 2 psychic powers from runes of Fate's Discipline. So this is my only Psyker bar one other HQ. I'm not psychic heavy. In terms of his weapon skill first, his weapons out first. So you've got a shuriken pistol, which is standard. So 12-inch pistol 1, 4 strength, 1 damage. Again, has that special ability. On a 6, it's -3 AP. Excuse me. The Skyrunner has a twin shuriken catapult, so you get 4 shots from there at 12 inches. Same as the pistol, 4 strength, 1 damage, and the plus on a 6+, you get -3 AP. Right, so you can take a witchblade or a singing spear. I've gone with the singing spear, mostly because it's got a shooting as well, so you get the extra attack at strength 9 and D3 damage. This weapon always wounds on a 2, which is great. So you're hitting on 2s, wounding on 2s. Doesn't matter what the strength is or anything, so that's really helpful. And then the singing spear and the melee, so it's used as strength, which is rubbish. So it's 3, no AP, but then it's D3 damage if it does wound, and it wounds on a 2. So the actual strength doesn't have any odds. And yeah, we have used this in a Tactica. It didn't do too badly actually. Yeah, so psychic powers, I've gone for, because I don't think the psychic powers for the Eldar are great, but I've gone with Guide and Doom. So Guide is watch out value of 7. So it's actually quite difficult to get. If manifested, choose friendly as you are on a unit within 24 inches of the psyker. You can re-roll failed hit rolls for that unit's ranged weapons to the next psychic phase. And then Doom. Doom is a walk power value of 7. If manifested, choose an enemy within 24 inches of the psyker. You can re-roll failed wound rolls against that unit into the next psychic phase. So those are the two that I generally take. Sometimes I take Executioner, which gives me, it's pretty much like a smiter game, but on a walk value of 7. So yeah, but yeah, that's what I take. If you think those are wrong, guys, comment below, let me know. But what I also tend to do with him is I give him a, oh excuse me, tired. I give him a relic. So where are the relics? There they are. And the one I go for is this one, the Phoenix Gem. So the Phoenix Gem, the first time this model is slain, roll a d6 for each unit or friend or foe within 3 inches of the model. On a roll of 2 or more, that unit suffers d3 mortal wounds. If at least 1 mortal wound is inflicted as a result of this, then the model is not slain but remains in play for a single wound remaining. If no mortal wounds are inflicted, this model is slain. You can use it once, obviously. But so what I tend to do is I get my model and I sort of leave him back for a few turns because he, you know, just see where people are going. You know, the board sort of, people are moving in certain ways. And then what I do is I just drop, freaking head, drop him right in the middle of a big group of them. Because if I'm honest, guys, he's quite expendable, you know, and it throws a bit of a spanner in the works because, you know, I mean, it's not tournament play, so, you know, when I'm playing, I do say that he has the Phoenix Gem, I explain what it is, but most people just sort of forget. So you drop him right in the middle of about, you know, some units. He's got the fly keyword, so he can literally just fly and drop in. And then they think, oh, what's going on here? Like, we need to kill that guy, because he's obviously quite powerful and blah, blah, blah. They kill him, and then off goes the 3 mortal wounds, the D3 mortal wounds on every unit that's near him, and then he comes back to life, and then yeah. So that's kind of my tactic with him, if I'm honest, guys. You know, if we move him in there, then we get to use Smite and Guide and Doom and all that as well. And then, yeah, so that's what I do with him. So in terms of points, so Jet Bike, Singing Spear. So the points, he comes to 140 points, and he is 7 power points. So again, you know, I mean, if you were to have the Farseer on his own, how much would the Farseer on his own be? Let's have a look. Because I do have that model. I just think the guy on a jet bike is better. So the Farseer, where is he? F. Farseer on his own is 100 points. So if the extra 30 points for the actual model, you know, why not? Gives you that extra toughness. In terms of wounds, you get an extra wound, you get an extra toughness. You get an extra, better save as well, to be fair. Better movement. You know, so, you know, with that Phoenix Gem, he is able just to plonk in. And then obviously the Singing Spear S comes over here. Singing Spear is 5 points. And then, where does the 140 come from? So that's 135. What else did we give him? It was a twin string catapult, wasn't it? How much is that? Twin string catapult 5. There you are, 140 points, yeah. So that's what we go with him. Okay, so here's the HQ. And then what I do with him, we take fast attacks, because obviously it's an outright attachment, so fast attacks. And then, where are we? So, what I went with, where are we? No, keep going back. So, Wind Riders. I have one unit painted up so far. There they are. Again, these were painted up when 7th was in, so they have the scatter laser, which is a pain because I think shuriken cannons are better, but I just can't get them off. I've tried using a bit of a knife and all that. Where's his head gone? There it is. We'll put him away just to keep him safe. Yep, there we go. Yeah, so So what I've done, I've gone with 2 units of these. So 2 times 3 Wind Riders. So each unit has 3. Let's go through the stats quickly. So the weapon skill and skill are 3 up, 16-inch movement. Again, fly. They get the wind of the ride, so they can just add 6 for your advance. You don't need to roll dice. Toughness, strength 3, toughness 4, 2 wounds, 1 attack, 7 leadership, 4 save. So the first group, obviously, which I've already painted up, is the scatter lasers, which gives me strength 6, no AP, minus just the 1 damage. It's heavy 4, so yeah, if they move, they take the minus. Oh, I really need to get rid of those. If anyone can help with getting them off, I use plastic glue, so they've just moulded to the thing. So unless, let me have a quick go while I'm sitting here. No, they're quite solid on. Yeah, if anyone has any tips on how to get this off, give me a shout, because I do have plenty of shooting cannons. I think it's the same points anyway, so it doesn't make any odds with that. Where's my ping gun? There it is. Okay, so the first unit, has that, and then the second unit will have shooting cannons, which are 24 inches, assault 3. So you're losing a hit, but you're not losing that ballistic skill. And then 6 strength, 1 damage, but again, you get the minus AP if you roll 6s. Which, if you have 2 units of 6, that's 3, 6, 9, 18 shots. You've got to get at least 3 6s in there, hopefully. So yeah, so 1 unit with the scatter laser, 1 unit with the shuriken cannon, and then as a total, they come to, so they're 84 points each. That's 168 points total, which comes to 8 power points as well. So that's those, and then the final unit I've gone with. Where are they? Because I like the colours of them, I like the way they work. Haven't got any yet, but is the singing spears. And again, if they need to bug out and they're anywhere near Azuman, because they're classed as aspects, aspect warriors, they will pick up an in-run save, which I don't think I think they've got. Have they got anyone anyway? No, they don't need to. They've got the in-run save anyway, so that's fine. Okay, so comes unit 3. 5 power points, so they got 16-inch movement. Obviously, they get to roll with the wind, so they just get some advances. 22 inches on the advance. Weapon skill and ballistic skill 3, strength 3, toughness 4, 2 wounds for the normal, 3 wounds for the Exarch, 2 attacks for the normal, 3 attacks for the Exarch. Leadership 8 plus 3 up saves with that 4 up in run save through acrobatic grace against ranged weapons, not against melee. And then the expert hunters, you can reroll wounds rolls for a shining spear Exarch when attacking monster or vehicle. So I thought of these guys. So you've got obviously we've seen the Phoenix guy, not the Phoenix guy, the Farseer. What he's going to do, he's going to go in, set off some smites, get some psychic powers. I don't expect him to last more than the 3rd turn, if I'm honest. Probably the 2nd. They're going to kill him, hopefully. Boom, it comes back to life. Can then, on the 2nd turn, set off some more psychic powers and whatnot, and then pretty much die in that round. The Wind Riders are just going to sort of try and sit back, maybe fire off loads of volleys of shots. Again, possibly sit with the gun line, so they get in those rerolls of 1 as well, because the range of their weapons is going to, is going to hit most things. And then towards the end, we can bop them around, objective grabbing, that kind of stuff. The shining spears, I think, are going to be different. So, in my opinion, they're more close combat. So, the 2, let's put these down here, shining spears. So, the 2 normals are going to be having, where are they? They're going to be having laser lances. So, the laser lance has a shooting set, but it's only 6-inch range. So they all come with, I think they come with twin shuriken catapults anyway. Let's have a look. Let's read that. Each model is armed with a laser lance, and each of their jet bikes are armed with a twin. Yeah. So they've got the twin shuriken catapult, which is 12 inches. The laser lance is 6. So that needs to be quite close anyway. It's only assault. It's assault 1, 6 strength, minus 4 AP, 2 damage flat. So that's pretty cool. That's really good. And I'd probably be looking at things like Terminators on that, to try and, or intercessors, if you know. So you're definitely going to be wounding on 3s, -4 AP. So they're not going to get a save pretty much, and then 2 damage. So you're taking out on each time. And then if you go down to melee, they're going to go use a strength, which is rubbish. So strength 3, but there's -4, and then that 2 damage. If the bear charge this turn, attacks with this weapon are made at strength 8. And there's where the key is there. So if you go and charge something, and if you're with your Exarch, you can reroll wound hits with the Shining Spear Exarch when attacking monsters and vehicles. But to me, that's saying go and attack monsters and vehicles. The book's telling you what to do with these things. So, you know, group of 2 of them, you know, you're going to get 4, 5, 6, 7 attacks. 4 attacks with the lance. Strength 8, -4 AP, 2 damage. You know, you should be getting most of those. And the Exarch, I've swapped out the laser lance for the star lance. So gain 6 inches on the assault. It's got fires at strength 8, -4, and then 2 damage. And then in terms of the melee, it's the same as the other one. If the bearer charges turn, attacks with this weapon are made at strength 6. Hang on, I got that wrong. No, sorry. The laser lance is they're on the charge is strength 6. The star lance, the Exarch, is strength 8. Sorry, guys, got that wrong. But yeah, so these guys need to be getting into combat. They've got the wounds to last a couple of turns if they're out in the open, but really, that's 6 inches on firing. Got to get them in. Yeah, so they need to be in. Again, guys, this is possibly. No, I think it might possibly leave them with the gun line so that they, when things do get close, they can. No, don't leave them with the gun. You can bop them around, and then if anything gets too close to the gun line, obviously, like we said, you've got the Wraith Lord that can sort of intervene on something that's charging on those Dire Avengers. But if we can get these over, you know, they move 22 inches on the advance. You know, though you can't charge off the advance, so you keep them close or within that area. You see that advance, the charge coming towards your Dire Avengers. Get them over there. Get them to intervene quite quickly, and they're gonna do some damage with that. Hopefully, they're big things, rather than stupid gaunts. But yeah, so that's those, and I've got those in at 95 points, guys, which is a steal. And 5. It's the 5 power points. Let's just double check that costing. So where are they there? Singing Spears. Shining Spears, sorry. So 18 points a pop. So let's just round up to 20 for now. So 2, 4, 60. Take off 6. That's 54 points. That's not bad. 54 points. And they're going with laser lances. 54 plus 16. 54, 64, 70? 70, yep. And then the Star Lance, 70, 80, and then 15 for the... Yep, 95 points, steal. I would go with them, guys. Let me know what you think, guys, again. If I'm using them in the right way, to me, I need to be getting them into combat, especially against vehicles and monsters. But yeah, and that is the Outride attachment. So what I'll do, guys, we'll pause for a minute, and I'll just tally up the points, and then we'll move on to the Vanguard detachment, which is where it all happens. So, hey guys, so we've done the tallying up. So see here, comes to 403 points, 20 power points. So the fast on the jet bike with the Singing Spear, and the twin shooting cannon, 140 and 7. Fast attack, 2x3 wind riders, scatter lasers, and shooting cannon. I think it comes to like 84 points each. Yeah, 84 points. And then, so 168 total with the 8. And then the Shining Spears, I don't know what SP means. 2 normal and plus Exarch. It comes to 95 points or 5 power points. So, yeah, that looks quite... So, we've got this nice gun line here, right, it's like you see here. And these are just going to be dotting around the place. going where they need to be, trying to stay out of too much trouble. That especially with these, you know, far range, he's going to be jumping into combat, trying to take himself out with people out with the Phoenix Gem, or just knocking off some wounds. You know, you jump them in, smites, get some firepower from these from the background. Even maybe get these in as well with him. Just give him some support, charge him in. If he dies, you've got the Phoenix Gem on the horizon to knock off some more wounds. Yeah, and especially with things like, you know, the HQs, we can hope if they're close enough, you know, jump them over because they fly, get them in behind, and then charge. And yeah, that sounds quite cool. So yeah, we're just going to pause for 2 seconds, guys. I just need to have a quick drink, and then we'll get on to the Vanguard detachment. Cool. Right, guys, we're back again. So moving on to our Vanguard detachment. So let's just get that out of the way. So we need a HQ first. So let's go back to HQs. Where is he? Is he further forward? Yeah, there he is. So HQ is going to be the Spirit Seer. There is a reason for this. It's because I'm going to be taking some Wraith constructs, Spirit Seer, and I'll explain sort of reasons why as we get to the Wraith constructs. So, oh, pardon me, run again. He's not a big model. We're going to try and keep him out of the way. Obviously he's got carrots, so we just keep him behind some stuff. 7-inch movements, 2 weapon skill and ballistic skill, 3 strength, toughness 3. 4 wounds, 2 attacks, 8 leadership, 6 up save. So you don't want him being fired at. In terms of abilities, he's got the rune armor, so he does have a 4 up invuln save, and he has the Spirit Mark, which you can reroll failed hit rolls of 1 for friendly craft world Spirit host units attacks against enemy units that are within 6 inches of the model. So yeah, so going to be on some Wraith constructs. They go in. They do their hit rolls, they get some 1s, they're re-rolling. So that's really good. You know, kind of like this picture here. But you want him behind so no one shoots him. Comes with a shuriken pistol, so which isn't going to do much. Yeah, and then he has the witch staff, which has user strength, no HP, 2 damage, but it always hits on a 2, so the strength doesn't matter. Yeah, in terms of his psychic abilities, what does it say? The model can attempt to manifest 1 psychic power in each friendly psychic phase, attempt to deny 1 psychic power in each psychic phase. It knows smite power and 1 psychic from the runes of battle discipline. So I have gone with enhance and drain, which is this one. Yeah. So enhance, choose a friendly Azurani infantry or Azurani biker within 18 inches of the psyker, add 1 to hit rolls in the fight phase for that unit in the next psychic phase, and drain, choose an enemy unit within 18 inches. Your opponent must subtract 1 to all hit rolls for that unit in the fight phase until the next psychic phase. Again, there is a reason for that, guys, which we'll come to when we get to the Wraith constructs. So Spirit Seer on his own comes to 45 points, which is a steal, to be fair. For what I want him to do, it's going to be good. So yeah, right, on to elites. So let's stick with the Wraith constructs just because we've gone that route. This way. Not Wraith Lord. Not there. Okay, Wraith constructs. So we'll start with the blades. I'm going to take 1 unit of Wraith blades. So there'll be 5 of them in the unit. They'll be carrying ghost swords. Yep. Ghost swords. Now, alright, you're probably all thinking, why aren't you taking the axes? There is a reason. Alright, so let's go through it. Movement 5, weapon skill and ballistic skill 3, strength 5, toughness 6, 3 wounds, 2 attacks, 9 leadership, 3 safe. Oh, before we carry on, guys, the Spirit Seer is taking a relic as well. Completely forgot, this is one of those things we're going to be paying for, which is the Citronome of Iandan. So, Iandan Psycho only. Once during the battle at the start of the fight phase, you can declare that this model will activate the Citronome of Iandan. If you do so for the rest of the fight phase, the attacks characteristics of all friendly Iandan Wraith construct units that are within 6 inches of this model are doubled. However, at the end of the fight phase, each Iandan Wraith construct unit that was affected by such name suffers D3 mortal wounds. So most units suffer is 3, so you might lose 1 unit here, 1 unit there, whatever. But so 2 attacks, right? Ghost Axe, Fire of Wrath. Add 1 to the attack characteristic of models in the unit in a turn which it charges. Yep. Force Shield has a model equipped with a Force Shield has a 4 up in the save. We're not going to fuss about that because we're not having Force Shields, because the Ghost Swords come with Force Shields, don't they? Also, with the Ghost Axe, when attacking with this unit, you must subtract 1 from your hit rolls. Hang on a second. When attacking... No, there's a Ghost Axe. Sorry, Ghost Sword. Each time the bearer fights, it can make 1 additional attack with this weapon. Right, so, before we even get into the stats of the Ghost Swords. So, 2 attacks. Yeah. These ones are going to be in the webway with the Spirit Seer. We drop them down. Yeah, the 9 inches. If we don't make the charge, it's not the end of the world, because they've got 3 wounds already. They're not going to take too much damage, and they've got the 4. Yeah, so they're okay. There's also a stratagem we're going to be using with this, if I can remember where it is. 2 seconds, I'm just going to pause while I look at the stratagem. Sorry guys, yeah. Okay, we're back. No, there was no... there's a stratagem for Iandan where you can re-roll failed hit rolls of 1, and the Spirit Seer's increase goes... their mask thing, where they can re-roll failed hits, increases to 12 inches from 6, but we'll keep them behind. But anyway, so you drop them down. If they make the charge, let's say... So, 2 attacks. You set off the Citronome at the beginning of the sight. So that then goes to 4 attacks. Okay, they're then going to get add 1 to the attack characteristic model for this unit that charged. So there's another attack, so now at 5. The Ghost Swords, each time the bearer fights, it can make 1 additional attack with his weapon. That's 6 attacks, guys. Yeah, charge him in, something nice and big maybe. 6 attacks, and there's 5 of them, that's 30 attacks. It's 3 to... Weapon skill is 3. We're re-rolling failed ones with the Spirit Seer. Yeah. So you're hitting on I'm sure I've read that they can hit on, there's a way of hitting on 2s. But I can't remember. It might be oh yes, it's the psychic phase, isn't it? So so you can stick enhance on them as well in the psychic phase. Add 1 to hit rolls in the fight phase. So if they roll a 2, yeah, it goes up to a 3. So, and if they roll a 1, you're re-rolling. So they're pretty much guaranteed hits. And then you're hitting on with the Ghost Sword, so strength 6. It's even if you're against something that's higher than that and you're needing 5s, that's 30 attacks. If you get them all through, which you probably miss a few. Let's say you miss 5, that's 25 attacks. You're gonna get 5s in there, 5s and 6s. Yeah, so that unit is a must with the Spirit Seer. Drop down, move, Citronome as well, and also you get. I'm going to take a unit of it. So we're moving too fast. So 5 Wraith Blades with Ghost Swords. That comes to 175 points. 95 points. Or 10 power points. Like I said, guys, I was going to take the axes, if I'm honest, because that's really good. But you're going to drop an attack. So you're going down to 5 attacks. You're also, when attacking with this weapon, you must subtract 1 to the hit roll. So if you roll a 3, it goes down to a 2. You know, I know if you've got the Spirit Seal around and you've got Enhanced, so actually a 2 would make it, you know, a 3 would make it, because a 3 would, you know, but you're losing that extra bit of ability. Yes, you've got the 4-up invuln save, which makes them extra hardy, but they've got 3 wounds anyway, guys. You know, and the toughness, they're toughness 6, so 3-up save anyway. Yeah, I'm quite happy to take the Ghost Swords. If you think I'm completely wrong, let me know, because obviously I know it's D3 damage as well. So yeah, right. Yeah, so we're going to go into the Wraith Guard in a second, guys. I'm just going to pause because I'm using my phone and I've just got a text from my boss. So 2 seconds. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Yeah, the boss is calling me in. Okay, so we've gone with Wraith Blades. I'm also going to take a set of Wraith Guard. So the Wraith Blades are going to go in with the Spirit Seer up into the webway, drop them down. If we fail the charge, it's not the be all and end all, because they've got the 3 wounds. Hopefully we'll be able to, and we've got the there's a stratagem where you can add, you know, regain D3 wounds with the Wraith constructs. We might be able to sort of hit on use the Psyker, the Spirit Seer, to hit drain, I think it is, on the whatever we think will be firing at them. So that's cool. So next thing we're going to take is a Wraith Guard. Now, this is really upsetting because I've got some beautifully painted up. We did it in the Tactica. I'm sure you've all seen them. Where are they? There they are. Beautifully painted up fire dragons, and I really do like them. I'll just, yeah, I like the fluff behind them. I like the models. People moan about the models for the aspect wise, but I genuinely really do like them. I love the way that they've come out in my painting. So thanks, Apathetic Fish. But yeah, so I originally would have loved and would have had them in and would have loved it. But I mean, why take them when I can take these? So if we just compare, let's compare. Where's the fire dragons? So here's the fire dragons. So these are movement 5, they're movement 7, so a bit quicker. The weapons and ballistic skill 3+. Their weapons and ballistic skill 3+. We're okay at the moment. Strength 5, toughness 6. Strength 3, toughness 3. So these are stronger and they're more durable by a lot. You know, so, and then you go into wounds. 3 wounds for these. These have got 1, the Exarch's got 2. So they're just, yeah, these I tend to stick in a Wave Serpent, drop the Wave Serpent down, they get out eventually. They try and take out the, like something big, which they do, because obviously it's D6 damage if they hit and it's strength 8. But the next turn, they're just gone. You know, you've got the Fade and Fire, or one of the strategies where you can duck out after shooting and stuff. But it's just, you know, I think it's only like their movement, so they're only going to move 7 inches back, and it's just, yeah. If you're up against something that's quite fast, they're just going to get swarmed. I've done it where I've put them in like the gun line and kept them like there, but again, they're not for the gun line. You want these coming down or getting out of the Wave Serpent, blitzing something. Yeah, and it's just a shame. They're just such a beautiful model, beautifully painted, but for the toughness and the strength and the wounds, yeah. And also, like I said, guys, I am Eandon, so you've got to go with some Wraith constructs. We've got the Wraith Lord, we've got some Wraith Blades, so the Wraith Guard. But yeah, and then I'm sticking them with the Wraith Cannon, which is 12-inch, which is pretty much the same as the Dragons. Assault 1, same as Dragons, but they're strength 10 rather than strength 8. Minus 4 AP, what are theirs? They're minus 4 as well. And then the D6 damage. You know. Yeah. Someone spoke to me about D-Scythes, because it's obviously, it's a D3 assault, but you can, with the scythes, I think there's something where you can, you roll for the D-Scythe, and then that affects all of them. So if you get a 5 or 6, you get 3 attacks at strength 10 minus 4, but then only 1 damage. So weapon automatically hits, which is great. Obviously you're going to wound quite easily. So, and then but I at the moment I'm going with the Wraith Cannon just for that D6 damage. Yeah, let me know what you think about that, guys, because yeah, it would be interesting to know whether you think the D Scythe is better than the Wraith Cannon. I don't think there's much difference in points. Well, let me know. And again, if they get into combat, I mean, I know they only get one attack, but you know, they're strength 5, -1 AP, D3 damage. They're going, and like I said, they're going to hold their own. And again, in place, well, this unit can fall back and still shoot that turn. So if they get drawn into combat, you know, you got 3 wounds apiece to knock out. The next turn, we move back. We just rinse them with some shots. But again, that might be where the D Scythe comes in. The D Scythe is Assault 3, Assault D3. So yeah, I don't know. Again, let me know what you think, guys, because that'll be quite interesting as to what to do with that. I'm doing my Dire Avengers next, so I've got time on this, guys. But yeah, I like the Wraith Cannon. I like that D6. But again, if you roll badly, you know, you get the 1. But even at you know, 2, 3. You know, you're going to be. This is 5 of them, and they only hit, and they get say 3 each. That's still 15 wounds you're knocking down. You know, 2 you're knocking out 10, 1 you're knocking out 5. So there's quite a lot of maneuverability around with that. So again, comment below. Let me know what you think, guys. What you're doing with yours. But I think the Wraith Cannon is probably the better option. So let's write that down. So 5 times Wraith Guard with Wraith Cannon, and that comes to 200 points and 11 power levels. So 200 points, not a bad unit. Like I said, they can come out of combat, go back in. Come out of combat and shoot again. People come attack, assault, fire and assault them again. You've got 3 wounds a pop to get through. You know, so it's quite a hefty unit. Okay, so the 3rd Vanguard detachment is one of my favourite models as well, and that will be 10 Striking Scorpions, including the Exarch. And the Exarch will have the Scorpion's Claw. So I like these because there's a bit of manoeuvrability with them. So the 7-inch movement, 3 plus ballistic and weapon skill, 3 strength and 3 toughness, which is rubbish. 1 wound for the normal, 2 for the Exarch, 2 attacks for the normal, 3 for the Exarch, leadership 8, and 3 plus save. In terms of abilities, they're Master of Stealth, so during deployment you set them up on the battlefield in the shadows. We've done these on the Tactica guys, so we know about these really. So they're kind of like you know, you teleport down, but they're not. They're in the shadows. They're sneaky. So that's good. Add 1 to hit rolls for attacks for this unit that targets units in cover. A good one is Manda Blasters. This is one of the reasons why I take 10. 1 because I can, because of the Endon trait. You know, you only lose 1 in morale, failed morale. So yeah, you know, you're not going to lose tons of them. But the Manda Blaster, at the beginning of a fight phase, you can pick a single enemy infantry unit within 1 inch of this unit, roll a d6 for each model on this unit. On a 6, the enemy suffers a mortal wound. It comes and goes. I've had times when I've rolled no 6s, and I've had times when I've rolled 7 6s. That was a good turn. You know, you're bashing out 7 mortal wounds straight off. And then you've got sustained attack. Each time you roll a hit of a 6+, we're making a close combat for the attack for the Striking Scorpion Exarch. That model can immediately make a further close combat attack, the same weapon. The extra attacks cannot generate attacks. So if he rolled 3 6s on his hits, he gets another 3 attacks. So he's possibly rolling 6 attacks. The only problem I have with these units, they come out 9 inches away. You can fire at something. You know, they've got the Shuriken pistol, which is 12 inches, pistol 1, strength 4, toughness 1 damage. Again, if you get the 6s, you get the -3. But then, if any opponent's got some wits about him, he's just going to take the models from the front. So you've got that charge is further. I mean, it's a 9-inch charge anyway, guys. You know, so it's quite difficult to get. You know, so if you take out the first few models, so you've got an extra inch, so that's now 10 inches. rolling a 10, you know, you've got or 3 in 12 chance. You got one quarter of a chance of getting into combat, so it's not great. So then they're just sort of out in the open. You know, hopefully there may be in some cover, that would be better for them. What I found was obviously you've got to then go around the cover to get out, but you've got your movement phase, so 7 inches, and then you've got your charge. So they are a good unit to have in terms of combat with that Mandi blasters, and their attacks in general are quite good. But getting them into combat can take a turn or two, and then they just sat out in the open. Yeah, I can show you the model. Is that the Exarch? Yeah, the Exarch, which I painted up. So they are nice models again. Is it going to focus yet? So, like I said, I do like the model. Yeah. But anyway, so yep, they go. The Exarch's going to take the Scorpion's Claw, which shooting is 12 inches, so it's assault 2. Same as the pistols, 4 strength and no AP and 1 damage. And then you get them into combat, and they got the Scorpion Chainswords, which is +1 strength, so they're hitting at strength 4. No AP on it and only 1 damage, but the Scorpion's Claw has a 2 times strength, so he hits on strength, or wounds on strength 6, -3, then D3 damage. So yeah, they're quite good. And then obviously because they've got pistols, if they're in combat, they can fire on the next phase, so that's good. So 10 striking Scorpions, including the Exarch with the Scorpion's Claw, comes to 152 points. 152 points, and that comes to 7 power points. So at this point, guys, we'll go on to the, before I go into the next elite, I'm going to do the Wave Serpent, because I did say, you know, the Wraith Guard, the Wraith Blade and the Spirit Seer are going to drop down through the webway. The Wraith Blades, the Wraith Guard are going to go in a Wave Serpent. So Wave Serpent, and I've already painted one up. Let's bring that in. I put it with the Twin Star Cannon because I just liked the stats on it. So this is the Wave Serpent I've got in. This comes off, and you can just move if it needs to. Obviously, take it off for transportation purposes. Got the end and see what this. I think this, does that open this up? Yeah, this can open up. So it opens up. So nice. It's got the yellow in there, so it looks genuine. I don't tend to put it on a stand. I just put it on the table like that. If I put it on a stand, I need to get a magnet for it. To be fair. I just haven't had the time or the money to. I know he's thinking the money for magnets, but I haven't done it yet. So that's that. So, in terms of its movement is 16. Weapon skill is 6, but you don't want it in combat really. Ballistic skill is 3. I think it's 3 attacks, and that's the first bracket, which is 7 to 13 wounds. It comes with 13 wounds, so 7 to 13. But again, it's a Yanden, so you've got to get it down to 4 wounds before it drops a bracket. Strength 6, toughness 7, 13 wounds. Obviously the attacks we've gone through. 8 leadership, minus 3 up save. It has a Serpent Shield. Any damage suffered by the Wave Serpent from a ranged weapon is reduced by 1 to a minimum of 1. In addition, once per battle, the Wave Serpent can discharge its Serpent Shield in a shooting phase by rolling a d6. On a 2+, the nearest visible enemy within 24 inches suffers a d3 mortal wounds. The Wave Serpent then gains no benefit from this ability. And also there's a stratagem which allows you to set that off again. So I always forget to set it off, to be fair. So what you could do, say you've got your warlord, your guy's main character, behind. Let's just, you've got your guy in here. You bring this in, plonk it down here. Do your firing because you're closest. Blah, blah, blah. Set off the Serpent Shield, which gives it D3 mortal wounds. So and then if it's still not dead, you can with the stratagem set the Serpent Shield off again, give it another more D3 mortal wounds. So yeah, it is quite good. And also, obviously, like I said, I'm going to put the Wraith Guard in here. Drop it down. If it survives for the first turn, get out those Wraith Blades, Wraith Guards. You know, you're raining down some nasty fire of death. Okay, so what I've put on it, the underneath it's got a Shuriken Cannon, so 24 inches, assault 3, strength 6, no AP, 1 damage, but again, the Shuriken thing, so 6s, give it -3. And then I went with the Star Cannon, because I liked it. So heavy 4, 6 strength, -3, and then the D3 damage. Twin Bright Lance would have probably been a good option, but only 2 shots. What's that, the Scatter Laser? No. So I think between, if I'm honest, you're looking between the Star Cannon, the Bright Lance, and the Missile Launcher. The Missile Launcher probably would have been the better option, but only 2 shots. Whereas yeah. Anyway, comment below what you think. I actually can't change it, guys, because I didn't magnetise it. I've painted all this in. I guess I could wiggle those off and change this, and then wiggle this off a little bit, but I do like this, the Star Cannon, if I'm honest, guys. It's worked quite well for me in the past. And yeah. Yeah, it explodes if this model has reached 0 wounds. Roll d6 on a 6, it explodes. Hover tank distance and range are always measured to and from the model's hull. And again, it's a fly, so if it's in combat, you can just pull it out and still shoot, which is really good. Yeah, so that's what the Wraith Guard are going to go in. Yeah. Okay, so, let's just write that down. Wraith Serpent. Oh, and what I've done, because I've got the points, guys, I've literally given it every upgrade, which is just madness. So if you think that these upgrades are pointless, let me know, and I can maybe move some points around, put some other, if like there's units you think are pointless in having, I can change them out and put more units in there. I would have liked another unit of Wraith Constructs, but I would have had to drop the Scorpions and the other elites just to fit them in. So, and I do like the Scorpions. I do like the other unit of elites I'm going to show you with you. But anyway, so I had all the upgrades. So the Crystal Targeting Matrix, which is a model with a Crystal Targeting Matrix, does not suffer a penalty for firing a heavy weapon after moving when targeting the close enemy model. So it's got heavies on it, so it doesn't suffer any minuses. Spirit Gem, roll a d6 each time a model with a Spirit Stone suffers a wound or mortal wound. On a 6, the wound is ignored. Star Engines, when the model with Star Engines advances, add 2d6 to the model's move characteristic for that movement phase instead of d6. And then Vectored Engines, if a model with Vectored Engines advances, the opponent must subtract 1 to all hit rolls for ranged weapons that target it until the next movement phase. So some good enhancements. I don't think they're great, if I'm honest, but I've got the points, so I spent them, and the points were quite low anyway. So we got the Crystal Targeting Matrix is 5, the Spirit Stones is 10, Star Engines is 10, and the Vex Engines is 10. So I would take the Crystal Targeting Matrix anyway. So that's 5. So 30 points I've spent on the others just because I had them. Yeah. So if you think those points can be used somewhere else, let me know. And yeah. Okay, so the last elite I've gone with, just because I've got them and they're painted up, is the Howling Banshees. So the idea with these is, we're going to take 6 of them, because I've got 6, and that 6 times Howling Banshees, and that's including the Exarch. Yeah, the reason I've used these is I've got them. They're quite good at getting into combat. I will probably just stick them with the gun line to start with, and then just slowly advance them up. They're quite quick. The 8-inch movement, so they're quite quick. Obviously, you can advance. They've got this thing called acrobatics. So this unit can advance and charge in the same turn. In a turn which it's advanced, you can declare a charge move for this unit if there are any enemy units within 15 inches of it, and you can add 3 to the resulting charge roll. So you can move, advance, and obviously shoot as well, and you can also charge. So if you've got something that's on the edge of their deployment zone, you stick these on the edge of your deployment zone. If you get to go first, if you don't get to go first, you're screwed. Actually, maybe not, because they get to... hang on. Yeah, anyway. So if you get to go first, you move, you advance, you do your shooting, and then you get to charge as well. And you get to add, and the charge is, you get to add 3 to as well. So it's a 15-inch charge, not a 12. So that's quite good. Managing mass, enemy units cannot fight Overwatch at this unit, so even great. If you find some flamers, go for those. War Shout, your opponent must subtract 1 from hit rolls in the fight phase for attacks that target a unit, including Howling Banshee and Exarch. So you're going to take the Exarch, which means that if they're hitting on 3s, they're now hitting on 4s, they're hitting on 5, they're now hitting on 6s. So that's quite good. They come with pistols, so 12-inch, so pistol 1. So again, it's the Shuriken thing, so you get the -3. And the normal guys have power swords, which is user strength, which is strength 3. -3 on their AP, and then 1 damage, so the AP is quite good. Stat wise, sorry guys, strength, weapon skill and ballistic skill +3, strength and toughness are 3, 1 wound for the normal, 2 wound for the Exarch, 2 attacks for the normal, 3 wounds for the Exarch, 8 leadership and 4+ save. Yeah, and the Exarch I've stuck with an Executioner, so +1 to his strength, so he's hitting on, his wounding on strength 4, -3, and then the D3 damage. So that works out quite nicely for me. Like I said, it's just another unit that can just gradually move up, can engage some units quite quickly, and they do quite a bit of damage if, oh excuse me, oh. Yeah, you know, if they get in there, they can do a bit of damage if you need them to be. They're not going to be going after anything humongous. I've pretty much used them as they're going to die. They're an easy 81 points, to be fair, guys. 81 points and 6 power points. So for 81 points, if I start frag marching them up the table, you know, I've got my gun line, we start frag marching up the table. We've got some other stuff going on over here. You know, the opponent's thinking, oh, I've got Wraith Blades over there, which are quite nasty, so I need to get rid of them. But I've also got these Howling Banshees that are coming up as well. You know, which even though they're not as tough as these, they're still quite can cause me some issues. So it's a case of, yeah, we've got to get those, you know, splitting that force, bringing it up, and coming in. You got the Scorpions from the rear. You know, you got this gun line as well. So you're kind of like closing in that net around, which I think is very very Eldar in its own right. So yeah, the Wave Serpent. So I didn't do the points. Was 180 points for that, and it was 9 power points. Like I said, that could, if we get rid of 3 of those extra add-ons, you can say that that's going to go down to 150. But bearing in mind that I'm going to put Wraithguard in there, guys, so I need them to get as close somewhere as possible, as quickly as possible, so possibly, was it the Vectored engines, was it? The where's the Wave Serpent gone? Oh no, I need to go here, don't I? The Star Engine is probably quite important. Advance 2d6 in the move, and also maybe the Vex engines. So if you use the model with the Vex engines, the opponent must subtract 1 to all hit rolls, because obviously I don't want it to explode while my Wraith Blades are in there. So that might be quite important. So yeah, again, comment below. Let me know what you think, guys. So I'm going to pause for 2 seconds just to add up those totals, and then we'll finish up, and that's pretty much it, guys, then. But yeah, 2 seconds, guys. Right, guys, so let's calculate the points for the Vanguard detachment. So that's 833 points and 44 power points. So let's go through. So you've got Spirit Suit at 45, 5 Wraith Blades with Ghost Swords, 175, 5 Wraith Guard with Wraith Cannon, 200, 10 Striker Scorpions, including the Exarch with the Scorpion's Claw, is 152, 6 Howling Banshees, including Exarch with the Executioner, is 81, and 6, and the Wave Serpent with the Star Cannons, the Wraith Cannon, and all extras. Comes to that. So as a total, what I've got is 1,982 out of 2,000. Yeah, so that's the list, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, down there. And yeah, it'd just be nice to have some input. I won't necessarily take all the advice. Us as humans don't take advice very well. But yeah, let me know what you think, and I hope you enjoyed the look at the list, guys. I'll probably do another one of these in another month, because I've got the Tau Codex coming out, and I am looking, obviously, as you know, to doing a Tau Farsight Enclave list. You've seen some of the models. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Like I said, please, if you enjoyed the video, subscribe, hit the comments, hit the bell. I think we're at 70 subscribers, guys. So we're getting there. We're nowhere near anyone decent, but we're at 70, so we're doing good. Also, check out Pinch Your Painting. I think he's finally got the models that he won in the competition, and I think he's going to do an unboxing. So go over to him, check him out. Get yourselves on following Striking Scorpion 92. He does some amazing battle reports. He does some paint tutorials and all that kind of stuff. It's great. He's got his own website now as well, which works really well, which is a paid site, but it's next to nothing. And also get over to check out Liam in Moorhammer. He's doing really well. He's done some really weird fluff video where his voice is as a demon, which was quite interesting. But yeah, he's doing some really good battle reports, and check him out on Patreon and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so that's all my punting. So I hope you enjoyed the video again, guys, and I'll catch you hopefully next week, work depending. At the moment, the videos are coming out once every 2 weeks. I do apologise, I know they're weekly updates. This really wasn't a weekly update, it was a army development. But yeah, thank you, and see you later.